What's up, y'all? We are Papa Roach, kicking it here at Sister Ray Records. About to do a little record shopping in the hip-hop section right now, actually. So, yeah, kicking it off, having fun. You know, the way we grew up listening to music, I mean, obviously I'm just flipping through the hip-hop section, so it's like we grew up listening to hip-hop music and metal music and punk rock and East Coast hardcore, you know, and so we just grew up listening to very eclectic, you know, even, bam, King Tubby, you know what I'm saying, reggae, you know, so it's just like, it's like musical stew for us, you know, and so when you look through our record collection at home, it goes from everything from, you know, punk rock to hip hop to the classic rock, you know, Supertramp, Led Zeppelin, Queen. It's a trip though, because I really didn't discover I really didn't listen to like a lot of 70s rock music until probably about 10 years ago when we were writing the Paramore. That was really when I really got into Queen and became a really big fan of Queen. ELO was another group that I got into because of, you know, vinyl records. So I think it's a great way to listen to music, you know what I'm saying? You just put the needle down and just let it go and just feel it. Ooh, feel it. Oh, is this? I might have to go to the funk section here next, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. My guilty pleasure in my record collection? I like Bruno Mars, but I think that kid's talented, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, guilty pleasures. Daryl Hall, John Oates, but then that's not guilty. What's wrong with that, dude? You know, I mean, there's stuff that people might be surprised that we like and listen to, you know?
Bang.
There you go, ELO, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, guilty pleasure, I just can't really think of like anything that I'm really truly ashamed of other than maybe Poison Open Up and Say Ah. Well, the record drops the 26th here in the UK.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 26th of January. We recorded the record in Las Vegas, so we wanted to keep that aesthetic visually, and so we shot the first music video in the desert, and then I've twisted Jerry's arm. I'm like, because Jerry's a great photographer, and I was like, dude, you should shoot the album cover artwork. And
yeah, you know, the environment that we were in was really inspiring. You know, it was this national park called the Pinnacles, and you know, I went around and shot everything all day, and we wanted to do a treatment to it that kind of made it feel otherworldly and not just your typical desert feel. So we did some treatments to it, and Chris recently just started doing the vinyl packaging, and that for me is cool because, you know, it's such a large format that, you know, you get really the sense of scale and everything when you're looking at it. So, you know,
it's just a cooler art presentation. You know what I'm saying? You look at Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club on vinyl, and you can actually see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in the photo.
On one hand, you know, we have thought about just going sort of the modern way of just either doing EPs or singles or whatever, but we just can't, you know, our artist side of it just can't let go of, you know, the whole experience of having a full album and listening to the whole thing. We just love that, and we think about sequence and taking, you know, the listener on a journey. So we still do take that into consideration about, you know, people listening to a whole album, because I think the majority of our fans really still like listening to a whole album. So
I think it's important.
yeah.
I think it's great, you know what I'm saying? I think, especially when you're listening to a record, we went through a few different sequences for the record, and Tobin, our bass player, I think came with, me and Jerry kind of started out the track listing, and then Tobin wrapped it up, and we all gave it a few listens, and it just felt like it had its ebb and flow, you know? If you watch a movie, you know, there's an arc to a movie, and I think that, you know, when you listen to a record, there needs to be an arc to a record as well. It really goes kind of hand in hand with a live show as well. And so it's another part of the craft, another part of the art form that, you know, I think in pop music it gets lost, you know, but it's like, I don't know, us rock bands, we like to hold on to that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting Jizza back. I'm going with Marvin Gaye and some Barry White. I think I'm gonna go home and get my wife pregnant after this tour.